And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. First pitch coming your way next. Coming up on the first pitch and starting in this one, Kodai Senga.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
And now for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards. And that misses. And this one is off and running. And the righty deals. Fouled off. He was late. That one fouled off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Popped up. Vientos has a beat on it, and there's one down.
Batting second, right fielder.
And time out for the Marlins lineup. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
Kyle Stowers in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. That misses, and that's ball 2. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Fouls one off, 2-2. On the ground, boots it, still manages a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
2 down, bases empty, and up next for Miami, Otto Lopez. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Singer makes the catch, and that'll do it. And the Marlins down quietly. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here at Citi Field. And on the hill, Sandy Alcantara.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
And stepping in for New York, Francisco Lindor.
Shortstop,
Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Lindor, 31 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Missed with a changeup. Going to count 1-2.
Tough to take a two-strike changeup that just
Batting second, right fielder,
Juan Soto now.
Soto.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Runner at first with no outs here. Just missed.
Outside.
And that one hit 97 on the gun.
One strike.
Next pitch is downstairs.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Nobody out. Runner at first. Line drive to short and caught.
Batting third, first
Let's take a look at our
Pete
lineup.
Alonso.
All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Pete Alonso, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game, but if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Next offering is in for a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Hit on the ground might be two. The flip, one at second, and that's two. Nothing for the Mets in the first. Second inning coming up from Citi Field. 0-0 here on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. And at the plate for Miami, Matt Mervis. Senga back to work. And that's outside. Ball one.
1-0.
And that's outside. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Just missed.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And that that is cut on and missed. And the count is filled up.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Batting fifth,
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now it's the DH, Eric Wagaman. 0-1. Just missed.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's off the inside edge. 2-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed. That's to third. Vientos. Feed to second. That's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine.
Late on that fastball.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Late with the swing there. Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
All over that one right there. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
And up next for Miami, Derek Hill. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. Swing and a miss. 4-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
No score here in the second. Swing and a foul out of play.
One ball, two strike.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Wagaman over at second. Conine at first. One gone. And a pop-up. Right side. Foul territory. Has room. And he makes the catch.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Now the third baseman, Bram Pauly.
How many times have we seen an early at bat change the course of a game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
First pitch misses. 2 on, 2 outs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that one gets past the catcher. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Liam Hicks in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. And they're all loaded up.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
2 outs, bases full. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Liam Hicks. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Just missed.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Soto sizing this one up, squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. They leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Queens, here's Brandon Nimmo.
Designated hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Now 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Hill on the move. Makes the grab. Tracks it down after the long run. And there's 1 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He's saving extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Jesse Winker stands in now and watches strike 1.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
1 out, bases empty.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And now 1-2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. And now it's Mark Vientos. Swings here and blasts one left field. And it hits the fence. Throws to second. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's the second baseman, Brett Beatty. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Missed with a changeup and a count even 1-1. Two outs. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Mets strand 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. And we're back on to the 3rd inning. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Xavier Edwards. And takes low for ball one. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Nice job of driving that pitch the
Marlins,
other way
right
on a
fielder,
line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And now here is Kyle Stowers. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1 now. And there's a foul ball. Edwards gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Pitch misses, and it's 1-2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Two consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
First and second, no outs. Otto Lopez now at the plate. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
One strike.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. But Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Fires to second for one. Over to Alonso. Double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
For the Marlins, first baseman, Matt Nervous.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Mervis, the next to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Breaking ball through there for a strike. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Fastball for a strike.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the inning, and now it's Jose Siri.
Jose Siri.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
0-1.
Pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. Foul ball there. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. That one missing inside. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Batting ninth,
Peyton
catcher,
Sanger
number 98.
will hit next. the mark there. And it's 1-0.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
That one's in there. And 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Back to the top of the lineup, digging in, Francisco Lindor. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 strike.
2 out, space is empty. He swings and fouls one off. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And that skips into dirt.
1-2.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. And that's in the dirt.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
The 2-2 gets a check swing. Now an appeal to third. And he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
As we go to the top of the 4th, and now the DH, Eric Wagaman.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished. You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Left fielder, Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine getting ready to hit a single his first time. Fought off foul.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And a foul ball. The 0-2. And downstairs. Next offering upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The other way. And foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Gassed it right by him. And at the plate for Miami, Derek Hill popped out foul ground first time through. Hill goes 6'1", 205 pounds, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. Swings through that one for strike one.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4.
Ball.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Ball 2.
And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Marlins. Still no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's a big power threat. Juan Soto.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up. I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a ball drilled center field. And there's one down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug. And these types can't glove it cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Oh, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So digging in, Brandon Nimmo. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Now a check swing, but he held up. Next offering is downstairs. Foul ball. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Paulie tosses to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. And the Mets go down 1-2-3, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in Queens, all set for the start of the inning. And now for the Marlins, Graham Paulie. Senga back to work. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1.
You know, these Marlins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They haven't produced a run yet, but the pitch count for the starter is starting to climb, so they're hoping that starts to pay off soon.
That pitch clips the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. That's a little bit low.
And I think they're in a good spot thanks to their pitching, but no one would be shocked if this offense strings something together to take the lead.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Hicks takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a pop-up. Lindor settles under this one. He's got it, and there's two away.
Now batting, shortstop, Xavier Edwards.
And up next for Miami, Xavier Edwards. 1 for 2. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Two down, nobody on.
Oh.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Two outs. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Miami down in order, and we are still scoreless. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and here is Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
And he grounds one to the right side. He'll do it himself, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Doubled his first time. Edge of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Just missed.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at-bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
One down, base is empty. There's a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole
Now
field.
batting,
He was out in front
second
there.
baseman,
Just needs to let the ball
Brett
travel a little more. His
Beatty.
timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Beatty in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. In the air, left field, down the line. Brings it in for the third out. 6th inning coming up. Still nothing on the scoreboard. And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Stowers. The pitch. Just off the inside edge.
1 ball, no strike.
Clips the corner, and it's a ball and a strike. Movement in the bullpen. A.J. Minter preparing to come on if needed. Garrett, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Swing and a ground ball. A dive. Nice stop. Throws from his knees. And very nicely done for the out.
Well, he looks so comfortable making that play. Dives, comes up with it, and then from one knee, like he's just playing catch with his kid. Nice throw across the diamond at first.
Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. In there for strike one.
0-1.
And there's a ball.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
And that's down and away. Outside, and the count is 3-1. All tied up, and we're the top half of the sixth. Ground ball up middle. Lindor on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Just an outstanding play going up the middle right there. And the exchange to get the throw off to first just shows you why he's one of the best shortstops around. So smooth, yet so quick at the same time. And any slower, and those wheels burning down the first baseline are going to turn that into an infield hit.
Mervis in now, takes ball one off the plate. And another ball. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. And that one misses up and in.
3-1.
And the count is 3-1. And it's fouled away. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
And that's ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Kodai Senga will depart, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
Now pitching
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Ryan Stanek. This is his 3rd time out this year. Go ahead run on base. Eric Wagaman, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 2 in this one. In the air out towards right center. Touches down, that's a hit. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning.
Now batting, left
Griffin
fielder,
Conine, the next up for the Marlins. There's a strike. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-1. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Here comes the throw, and he's out. Up, down, and that ends
he was trying to get his team on the scoreboard and take a lead here in this ball game, but an outstanding job by the defense, excellent execution, a bang-bang play at the dish, and they just got him in time.
Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the 6th. And now the center fielder, Jose Siri. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Next offering is in for a strike.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
And it's a strikeout for the Sandman, his second of the game.
Oh, that was a pretty poor at bat. He just never got the bat off of his shoulder. I mean, you got to go up there looking to swing at some point, especially once you're down 0-2. And at that point, make an adjustment, look to put the ball in play if it's anywhere close. And I'm just not sure what the plan was there.
Next to hit, Peyton Senger. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. That one missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Inside. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground to first, Mervis. And he handles it himself for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So the batting order turns over. Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. Hit on the ground to short, Edwards. And he'll be safe at first.
That's a play you expect your shortstop to make pretty much every time. Pretty routine. Hard to tell if he didn't get a great grip on it or the mechanics on him just broke down, but that gives this offense an extra out to work with.
Man at first, and the batter now, Juan Soto. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Alcantara over to first. Lindor back in there. Two outs. And a foul ball. That one down the line, and that's just foul. And that is downstairs. Now 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. With the go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7. Here's the center fielder, Derek Hill. Stanek, 33 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Fouled off left side.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
The 1-2. He goes down looking.
A really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Offside command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
So up next, Graham Pauley. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. One down, base is empty. In there at the knees. And the count 1-1. And there's a ball. Towards first. He takes it on his own. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, catcher Liam Hicks.
And here's the catcher, Liam Hicks. And that one is downstairs. Ball one. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Liner, base hit.
Now batting,
Xavier
shortstop
Edwards gets a chance to hit here.
Edwards.
1 for 3. Up and in, and that is ball one. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. And that is out of play. Two outs. On a line, base hit. And that moves the go-ahead run to scoring position with 2 gone.
Back-to-back singles,
right
solid
fielder,
swing from
Kyle
start to
Stowers.
end. On time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock. Really important at bat coming up now.
Kyle Stowers now at the plate. Breaking ball clips the corner. That's a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
First and second, 2 down. And that one fouled off. Down the line, and it's foul.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Next offering misses down and away.
1 and 2.
On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Two on, two outs. Strike three, got him swinging. They miss a big chance to take the lead here late. Back here in Queens, now here is Pete Alonso.
First baseman, Pete Alonso.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
Swing and a hard hit grounder to third, and foul ball. Next pitch is outside. And that one is inside.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That one came in at 99.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. And the first pitch misses for ball one. To third, Paulie. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Jesse Winker.
Here's Jesse Winker.
Okay, you asked for it. About to go lotion ass on him. I'm from that bully with bullies with quick spaz.
Outside low, and it's 1-0. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Anthony Bender appears to be getting loose. Veneziano also getting ready. Two down, nobody on.
Ball two.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And brings it in at the wall. Another scoreless inning, and now that's 7 shutout frames. And we still have no score. Reed Garrett taking over on the mound. This is his 5th appearance of the
Now
year.
pitching for the Mets, number 75, Reed Garrett.
So digging in,
Leading
Otto
off for
Lopez.
Miami, second baseman, Otto Lopez.
Ball one, no strikes. Action in the pen down there. Edwin Diaz, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Tosses across to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt Mervis.
Matt Mervis digs in now. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1. That's in there.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Eric Wagaman will hit next. Right through there for a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
Now batting, left fielder Griffin Conine.
Making a move at first
Now
on a
running
pinch
at
run,
first for the
Javier
Marlins.
Sanoja.
Number 86.
Go ahead run on base. Now the left fielder, Griffin Conine. There's the strike.
0-1.
2 outs. Down the line, and it's foul. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. His second of the year, and they add a pair. It's 2-0. You can sense it inside the stadium. These fans are devastated.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So 2 down. Now here is Derek Hill. 0 for 3 in this one. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
Strike.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that one fouled off. Good eye in that
That's a
spot.
ball.
Just not taking the bait right there, but
One ball,
a good
2
pitch
strikes.
with 2 strikes.
That just misses, and the count's even at 2.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swings and misses. That's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
Trying to pull up with a motorcade. Every single day trying to hold a K. Look me in the face, put the phone away. Gotta grind so your time don't go to waste.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Anthony
Now
Bender.
pitching for
Well, the
Miami,
best relievers love the
Number
opportunity to come
37,
in and protect a tight lead
Anthony
late in the
Bender.
ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got
Leading
here.
off for the
And
Mets,
stepping in for New
third
York,
baseman,
Mark Vientos.
Mark Vientos.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Ripped on a line. Konai snags it. One up, one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to
Now
remind
batting,
yourself it's
second
about the
baseman,
process. He did
Brett
everything right
Beatty.
there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder,
Now at the plate, Jose Siri.
Siri.
He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That one misses. Ball one.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Just missed.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Tying run at the plate. Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
And now it's even up.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
That misses the zone, and the count's full.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Hayden Sanger. High fly ball out into left center field. Konai on the move to the gap. He's got it, and that will end the inning. Mets leave one. They're still... All right, ready to get underway. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. And that's a little bit high. And we're underway.
First pitch, 7-10.
Out towards right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
You know what they say,
Right
he
fielder,
couldn't have thrown it
Kyle
out there any
Stowers.
better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
And here is Kyle Stowers. Throw to first. Edwards back in on a dive. Senga, 6'1" righty, 200 pounds, and he was born in Japan. That to right. Corrals it, and there's one down.
Batting third, second baseman, Otto Lopez.
And time now for the Marlins lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Runner on the go. In the air, left field. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's two down.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Matt Mervis.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Matt Mervis. Good power, not great in the OBP department. That's in there. Strike one. Edwards off of first with 2 away. And that one hammered.
Always feels good when you come
Batting
through
fifth,
and get
the
your team on the
designated
board
hitter,
first.
number
Got a
33.
fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So runner at second, 2 down. Next is the designated hitter, Eric Wagaman. First pitch, and he just misses. Runner at second, 2 down. In the air, right field. Makes a nice running catch. And that'll do it. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show.
Going, yeah, we in go mode. Never going slow-mo. Going.
Back here with my pal Singy, and getting to start, Sandy Alcantara.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
And that's hammered into right field. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
And now it's Juan Soto. And ball one to the right fielder.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
Alcantara over to first. Lindor back in there. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Here's Edwards for 1. Relay to first, double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Pete Alonso now, always a power threat. The Polar Bear hit his 200th career home run last season.
Yeah.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. Back here at Citi Field, and stepping in, the rookie left fielder, Griffin Conine. Senga back to work. There's a strike. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority. See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
And now the count is even. Outside corner, got him looking.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Yeah, the batter now, Derek Hill. That misses the zone. 1-0. One down, base is empty. Just missed. Dave Lawrence behind the plate today. Consistent and pretty accurate with the balls and strikes.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, Spook, that just keeps the game moving. Nothing overly unique about the strike zone that he calls, and as a result, he's appreciated by both sides.
Popped in the air, left field, 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Graham Pauley stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. A little out front there as he swings through it. Swing and a miss. 2 outs, base is empty. And that's outside. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And they'll do it again.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Draws the walk there. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Pauley off of first with 2 away. And a foul ball. That one almost got him. Stays alive. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Marlins lead 1. They lead it 1-0. And we're back. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
For the Mets, designated hitter, Brandon Nimmo.
That's ripped. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That could be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Here's Jesse Winker. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
Runner at first with no outs here. That's a strike. 0-2 now.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Good job to fight that one off.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Absolutely dotted the edge of the zone right there. That was a tough battle, man. So to make a really quality pitch and just catch him looking like that, it's got to feel good out there on the mound. That was a fun at-bat to watch.
And now, Mark Vientos. Just missed. Alcantara over to first. Nimmo dives back in safely. The 1-0. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Runner on the go. Swung on, belted. Way back there. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Brett Beatty.
So 2 down now, and here is Brett Beatty. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And that one sliced foul. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Pitch misses. And the count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One, 2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that one almost hit him. Swing and a miss. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. One hit, one left. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Marlins 1 and the Mets nothing. New inning getting started. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Xavier Edwards. Yeah, that's fouled off. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike. On the ground, right side. Beatty. Sends it to first, and one away in the top of the third. Kyle Stowers getting ready to hit. He's 0 for 1. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Late swing, foul to the left.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Outside with a breaking ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Now it's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Fly to left his first time. That one in the dirt. Ball one. Stowers stands at first with one out.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
The 2-1. On the ground, 2 ball. Off balance feed, there's one. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Marlins 1 and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. And stepping in for New York, Jose Siri. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. That's off the inside corner. Going to count 1-2. That's inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And that one hit 97 on the gun.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch. And I tell you what, he earned that walk.
And now Peyton Senger. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Nobody out. Runner at first. Strike 2.
Now pitching for
Connor
Miami.
Gillespie, ready or not, in the game now after the injury. Swing and a miss, struck him out. One away.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
Here's Francisco Lindor. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. And ball 1.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare, only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
Laced into left. That's a base hit. Throw into third. He's safe at third, and the tying run is 90 feet away.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Here's Juan Soto. Edge of the zone, called a strike. 0-1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
That one close, ruled a ball. And the count is 1-1. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in the last half of the third. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Just misses there.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Missed with a changeup, and now it's 3-2.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Base hit right field. The tying run is in to score from third. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. That misses, and that is ball 1. That clips a corner.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And a swing and a miss.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Caught him looking for the K.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Nimmo, the next to hit. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0. Tied up here in the early going. Swing and a miss. And now it's even 1-1.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Brings it in, and that is the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in Queens, and here's the first baseman, Matt Mervis. and in, ball one.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Next offering is in for a strike.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Cut on and missed, struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to whereas you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
And next is the designated hitter, Eric Wagaman. The air left field down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. One out, bases empty. And the 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2. And a good eye there.
That's inside.
Swung on, popped up left side. His rookie season, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2018. And that one popped in the air, left field. And just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. 2 down, nobody on. And that one misses up and in. And it's 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two outs. Way inside. Fly ball to right. Soto going after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. All tied 1-1. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Jesse Winker. First pitch, not close. That one fouled off. Hot shot to third. Slings it across. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Fly to left his first time. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Next pitch is in the dirt. 1-1. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Stowers makes the grab, and there's two gone.
Now batting, second baseman.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Struck out swinging his first time. And that misses. And that's ball one.
No, that's a ball.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Next offering upstairs. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Jose Siri.
Two outs, runner at first. Jose Siri will hit next. Walked his first time. A changeup missing. Ball one. Yeah, there's the strike. That one out to right. Stowers sizes this one up, makes the grab, and the inning is over. Mets strand one. Score remains tied 1-1. Ready now for the fifth inning. And at the plate for Miami, Derek Hill. Senga back to work. Just missed.
You know, these Marlins just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Close, but called a ball. Now 2 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
At the belt and fires. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that one missing low. Got him swinging. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins. That's to third, and that's a fair ball.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Go ahead, run on base. And now Liam Hicks. Swing and a miss. And that is strike one. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Oh, it's a tough at bat right there. You go up trying to be aggressive, fall behind 0-2 in the count, and then spit on one you think's a ball, only to get rung up. Probably a little too close to take, though.
Yeah, he had it right. StatCast showed that one missing the zone, but not by a lot. Xavier Edwards getting ready to hit. Singled back in the first and scored their only run. He's 1 for 2. In there at the knees, and it's 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Senga with a move to first. And he's back in there. And the 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-1.
Paulie leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Outside.
1 strike.
That's in there. 2-2.
2 ball. 2 strike.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 left for Miami. Score remains deadlocked at 1. And we're back. Here's the catcher, Hayden Sanger. Fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Cal Quantrill, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Meyer also throwing. A little bit high, and it's 1-1. Line and a base hit into right. So now back to the top of the order.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Back to the top of the Mets order. And now it's Frankie Lindor. He's 2 for 2. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. And that one fouled off. And fouled off. Got him. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Up next for the Mets.
Juan Soto
right
up now for the
fielder,
Mets.
Juan
Oh, look out
Soto.
here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Close, but call the ball. 1-0. And another ball. 1 away, tie game, go-ahead run stands at first. Last half of inning number 5. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Fouled off. He was late. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Here's Pete Alonso. 0 for 2 in this one. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Waste no time there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Stepping in, Brandon Nimmo. Up the middle, Edwards. Inning over. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 5 innings complete. All tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Stowers.
Kyle Stowers.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Singer pulls that one down, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Otto Lopez.
Otto Lopez digs in now. There's a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Action in the Mets bullpen. A.J. Minter, the veteran southpaw, is getting ready to come on if needed. Garrett, the right-hander, also getting loose. 1 down, base is empty. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Ball 1 low.
1-2.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Up the middle, Beatty. In there safely.
Got himself in great position and couldn't have
Now
played
batting,
that one
first
any
baseman,
better, but
Matt
just stood
Mervis.
no chance with that great speed running down the line.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Kodai Senga departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the New York
Left-hander
Mets.
on now, Danny Young.
Number 81.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to
Young.
hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Go ahead run on base. Matt Mervis now at the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Check on the runner, and he's back in safely. The 0-1. There's a strike. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
So now here's the DH, Eric Wagaman.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning-ending double play, Boog.
That
One
misses,
ball, no strike.
and that is ball one. High fly ball down the left field line. Into the corner, but foul. So now 1-2.
1-2.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
Now a chance for Griffin Conine. First pitch misses.
1-0.
With the go-ahead run standing at second, and we're the top half of the sixth. And the sweeper is off the plate.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, 2 outs. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. That's down and in. Derek Hill in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Lopez at second. Mervis on at first with 2 down. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Fires to the plate. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. And a 2-1 ball game now.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
First and second, 2 outs. Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. Fought off foul. Two aboard, 2 outs. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in for New York, Jesse Winker.
Leading off for the Mets, left fielder, Jesse Winker.
There's a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Anthony Bender, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Veneziano, a left-hander, also throwing. Line drive, that's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
No outs, runner at first. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Gets the slider in there for a strike. That pitch gets the inside corner, and that is strike two. And a slider misses down and away.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And foul ball. With the tying run on at first here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Ground ball to first, could be 2. Throws to second for 1. Back to first, and that is a double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there, completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Beatty stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. And that's in there at the knees.
1 ball, 1 strike.
High fly ball out to center field. Hill on his way over and makes the play, and that's out number 3. New pitcher coming on, the veteran, Ryan Stanek.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game, and now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley, a walk, and he's also singled. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Stanek, a righty that throws with power. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Next offering, he's in for a strike. And that one hit to first. Takes it himself. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Now batting, catcher Liam Hicks.
Liam Hicks, the next up for the Marlins, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Gets under it and pops it up. Alonso sizing this one up. Snags it for the 2nd out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Shortstop, Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 3. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
2 down, nobody on, and that's a little bit high. And 1-1. Out into left center for a line drive base hit. And that extends the inning.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Edwards, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one finds the zone and a count 1-1. And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Marlins 2 and the Mets 1.
Now pitching for
We're
Miami.
back in a new pitcher here to start
Number
the bottom of the
37.
7th. Anthony Bender.
These are the
Bender.
spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading
Jose
off for
Siri
the Mets,
up now for the Mets.
center fielder Jose Siri.
That one finds the corner. Strike one. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-2.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Gets him. One away on a
Now
drop
batting,
third strike.
number 98.
A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now Hayden Sanger. Swing and a
One
miss
strike.
as he was out front that time. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. To the right side. Gloves it on the dive. To his knee. The throw. Got him. Nice play.
Look at how he dives
Now
right
batting,
there. Is able to
shortstop,
pop up to both
Francisco
knees. Not enough time to get to his feet,
Lindor.
but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a bouncer out to short. Edwards tosses to first. Lindor retire. And that is that. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're down 2-1. We go to the 8th,
Leading off
and at the
for
plate for
Marlins,
Miami,
second
Otto
baseman, Otto
Lopez.
Lopez.
Stanek back to work. And that's in for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Strike 2.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Matt Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Foul ball there. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and a miss.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
One down, base is empty. Goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. In there at the knees for a strike.
Man, this has been a real important inning in relief. I mean, so far, they've been doing a great job holding that deficit at 1.
0-2 now. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And the Marlins down quietly, but they still lead it 2-1. Ready for the bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for New York, Juan Soto. And the first offering is not close. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Movement in the bullpen, Calvin Fauché. The closer of the staff is getting loose to finish this one off. Veneziano warming up as well. On the ground, right side, Lopez. In plenty of time to first. 1 up, 1 down.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
And now, Pete Alonso, this guy with light tower power. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
1 strike.
Trying to hold a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. And that quickly 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And now it's going to be Brandon Nimmo. This one in the air, right field. Stowers makes the play. That is the inning. So Minter will take over.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
A.J. Minter.
Well, 1-run game. Here's the left fielder, Griffin Conine. And that drops in for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Off the mark there, and it's a ball and a strike. Action in the pen down there. Clay Holmes getting loose out there. Garrett getting loose as well. Not close with that one, and a count 2-1. Way out front for strike 2.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting, center fielder,
Derek Hill, the next to hit. Missed with a changeup. Ball one.
1-0.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Graham Pauley.
2 outs, base is empty. Graham Pauley will hit next.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
And that misses. And it's 1-0. That clips the corner. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Up and in, and it's 2-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And he makes the catch. And that is that. So they go quietly there. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Marlins 2 and the Mets 1. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Calvin Fauché. A chance at his first save of the year.
Number 53, Calvin Fauché.
Now the left fielder,
Leading off
Jesse
for
Winker.
the Mets, left fielder, Jesse Winker.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Ready to go now. And now for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards. Fastball for a strike. And we're underway from Queens. That one way inside.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball.
Just missed. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Makes the grab on the run. 1 down. And time now for the Marlins lineup.
Kyle Stowers.
And now the right fielder, Kyle Stowers. Stowers batting second in today's lineup, a former first-round pick back in 2019. He swings and fouls one off. 1 down, base is empty.
No, that's a ball.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for you moving forward, but it can also open up that location in the future if the umpire thinks there's a chance that he missed it.
Misses inside, 2-1. That one pushed to the left and foul. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though. He keeps his composure, and they get the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And that will fall. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Matt Mervis.
Matt Mervis digs in now. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball one. Lopez off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That one missed. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lopez headed for third. Coming home. The relay to the plate. Tag. Too late. He scores. And it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So runner at second, 2 down. And now here's the Marlins DH, Eric Wagaman. Check swing, called strike. Next offering is down low. Inside, just missed. In the air on the infield, Alonso settles underneath it, and that is that. Marlins get a run on the RBI double. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Queens, starting on the mound in this one, Sandy Alcantara.
The primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
Here's Francisco Lindor. That's in there. That's strike one. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. Swings through that one for strike 2.
0-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The shortstop takes the ball. On the ground, and that's just foul. The 1-2. ground ball, base knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
0-1.
Alcantara over to first. Lindor back in there. Runner at first with no outs here.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. Here's Pete Alonso. That one
That's
outside. 1-0.
1 ball, no strike.
In there at the knees.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Ground ball left side, could be two. Here's Lopez for one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Back here at Citi Field, top of the second, at the plate, Griffin Conine. Senga back to work. That one catches the zone. That's strike one.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
That's off the mark. 1-2 to count.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Singer collects, fires to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Eric Hill at the plate and takes high there. Outside low. Now 2-0.
2-0.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses.
3-0.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. And a foul ball. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. And up next for Miami, Graham Pauley. That one not close. And that is ball one.